Yo, 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 what's up, gang? Happy Halloween. Happy living the dream. Know what the fuck I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get the mount today, gang. Let's get it. I'm tired of not having a mount. Punch a baby. I'm just kidding. I'm not. Never do that. But dang it. Give me the mount. Let's go. Let's get the mount. I'm hyped though, gang. We got the Hallow'S end. That's all that matters. Or the Hallowed be thy name. We got the Hallowed title. Legendary shit right here. Fucking pumped. So, that's a W in the chat skis. Big dubs. For Shorsky. So let's get to it. And, let's go for sure. Once we get in this dungeon, we'll get them out. But in the meantime, we'll just fuck around and do some quests. Some Halloween quests. Probably gonna be a short stream tonight, about an hour I think or something, because I do still need to eat some food skis, you know. Motherfucker be hungry. And got a busy day tomorrow too. Not gonna sit here and lie like I don't. But hey, definitely plan to stream sooner and earlier, or yeah, sooner, earlier, and longer tomorrow. But just gotta get the shit done tomorrow. But then Sunday, and then Sunday, same thing. You know, we grind and we growing, and that's all that a motherfucking pimp can talk about. Same. Dude, when I learn how to play Demon Hunter, I know I'm gonna be badass at it. For sure. But until then, we just gonna keep doing the one button click, you know what I'm saying? We ain't give a fuck. We ain't got time for all that bullshit. I wonder where that was at. What the heck? Yo, what's cracking, Win? What's up? What's up? Man, we still ain't got the Halloween mount, man. We trying. But dag on it, I mean. It ain't happened. Fuck yeah, bro. Heck yes. Wait, what? Cyber Monday is right after holiday? Right after... I didn't even know that. Oh, no. Month away, I'm just waiting. Oh, I know what you're saying now. Okay. I was like, wait, what? I got some cash. I saw, I don't know how good it's gonna be, you know, I hope it's not ass, but it seems pretty dope. I need to get a new gaming chair. And so, I'm going to, I got a little bit of cash from a junk removal job the other day we did. So I don't have to actually spend any money out the bank account or nothing, and we're gonna go to Walmart, pick up that new gaming chair, as long as they got it in stock. It seems pretty sick. It literally has like a little footrest that like comes out from the gaming chair, so fingers crossed it's not ass and it's actually worth it. But either way, cash is basically like free money in my opinion when you get it from junk jobs. So we pumped. What's up, James? Did you end up getting the bubble maker? Heck yes, dude. I'll be waiting for a video of it tomorrow. And happy Halloween, everybody, by the way. Hope everybody had some good vibes. Hadn't played RuneScape in a minute. And so literally played RuneScape for like 2.5 hours. I had it set up and I was just burning all my proteins and shit at the Halloween campfire place and was chatting with some people, just hanging out. So it's pretty dope. Good vibes. Halloween, trick-or-treating, handing out candy, seeing some cool-ass costumes. Dude, there was this one girl that was walking around with her family. She was Medusa, right? She literally has a pet snake. Legitimately was walking around with a real snake around her neck. It was like the coolest fucking costume I've ever seen in my life, just because she literally had a real snake. She was like, "You want to pet it?" I was like, "No way, dude, that's crazy. Heck yeah, I want to pet it." I don't mean no way as in no way. I mean, like, that's wild. What a cool costume. So, did that, played some RuneScape, and then I'm sitting there, and I just said that, like, in the chat of RuneScape. I'm like, man, passing out candy as we speak, you know? And someone traded me freaking 40 mil coins for, like, no reason, basically. I was like, what the heck, dude? What a good time. What the hecky? Dude, it was legit. I don't know if it was what type of snake it was, but like it was one of the coolest costumes ever for sure. And then what brand gaming chair? I honestly don't know. I could look it up real quick. What am I supposed to do here real quick? Find and destroy. Okay, this doesn't even matter. I'll do this quest because I want to get these mount runs done. So if this is still available tomorrow, because it says it ends on November 1st, Hallow'S End. So I'm hoping that means like I have all of tomorrow. I could probably look that up too real quick. So let me go to Walmart.com and see if the gaming chair that I saw in person is actually the same one that they have on here. They actually had two. One was like it literally had like LED shit. If it's the same one, I think it says it looks like the same price, and looks like the exact same one. It's called John Pony. What a fucking dumb name. Jon Pony, like all one word. John Pony, all caps. And so that's looking like it's the same one. And then the RBG one is by Gracing RGB, and it like lights up and shit. Not sure if I'm a fan of like having wireless LED shit like around me. I don't know if that like puts off electromagnetic frequencies or whatever, so I'm probably not going to get that just in case. Or it looks like it actually might be this one, GT Racing. It's either John Pony or GT Racing. This actually looks like the exact one by GT Racing as well. And they have an RGB as well, so I think it was the GT Racing one. But as long as it you know, isn't ass, we'll keep it. But if it's ass, we'll return it, of course. That's a good thing about Walmart. Only thing that sucks is I do have to put it together because gaming chairs don't come put together. I guess pretty much no office chairs really do anymore, unless you buy it like already put together straight from like Office Depot or some shit. And then Hallow'S End. Does Hallow'S End on November 1st or at 12 a.m. November 2nd? Let's find out. Dude, I got in this bad typing habit too. Every time I go to type in google.com, my fingers move so fast that I type in Goog and then L and then I press dot then E and then do com. And I'm like, bro, I gotta fucking stop that. Okay, Hallow'S End ends. That's funny. Hallow'S End ends on November 1st, meaning it ends at the end of the day or at the very beginning of November 2nd. Fuck yes. It does not end at midnight on November 1st, which would be coming up very soon, but rather the next day. So, Legendary, we do have one more fucking day to do it. And then James, I will definitely check out that video once I get these quick mount runs done, for sure. And so let's just run through these, and we're gonna end up doing a few more mount runs just because we're in the area of this shit, and it is a new week. So Um, what is it? Because of that, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep on grinding. I'm in Shattrath City, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly to the Eye, and we're gonna do well, yeah, it's called the Eye or Tempest Keep or whatever. We're gonna do the Eye at Tempest Keep and go try to get Ashes of Alar. Hopefully, we'll get to the keep right when the dungeon pops. But I always have bad luck with that, so fingers crossed. That would be the best, is if it pops up right as we get there, so that I can do that, and then I can run through and do the Eye. And let's get Ashes of Alar, dude. This is Ashes of Alar is one of those mounts that like I will use all the fucking time when I finally get it. 100%. Oh fuck. Damn it. Just got rid of the wrong mount as far as taking it off my action bars goes. You know, this other Headless Horseman mount is cool that I'm on right now. Like, I'm not going to say it's not cool, but, you know, it's not the rare one. I just bought this one with a Trader's Post coins or whatever the fuck that you get at the beginning of each month. Which are warbands, so that's a W, but, you know, regardless. But I am definitely pumped, by the way. I already said it, but I'm pumped to watch that video. And again, it was good vibes. I don't know if anybody passed out candy or anything, but it was good vibes, you know? Hanging out with the gang. Hanging out with the moms, with the cows, with the cores. You know, it'd be really awesome, Corey. If I got the mount right now. Alright, well we just entered Tempest Keep. I'm gonna go ahead and start the record, and I'm gonna actually leave the queue since I made it to the fucking dungeon, or made it here first, you know? You know, now I'm gonna stop it. He says I got a potential 4 minutes left to go to wait for the queue, so I'm definitely not just gonna sit here for 5 minutes, so I'll just do this and then just fucking start flying somewhere else, I guess, after... while the queue pops up after this. So we are going to go ahead and do this Ashes of Alar run. It would be absolutely legendary. I think I've ran this probably 10 or 12 times, so hopefully we're getting close to getting it. Has a 2% drop, so at worst case, if you're, it should take 50 weeks at maximum, and that's if you're not lucky at all, and it just happens to take you the maximum. But if you're super unlucky and for some reason you just don't even get it in the average chance, then, sorry about your luck. Let's hope that's not me, though. But it's funny because, well, it's not even funny, but it is crazy that, like, maybe people just don't really commit to the mount runs or whatever, but I told somebody that I was going to do Ashes of Alar, or maybe it was a clip where I went for it, but I didn't get it, and someone was like, it took me, like, 10 years or something, and I'm like, how did it fucking take you 10 years? Like... what? Like, it doesn't even make sense how it could take you 10 years unless you literally have the worst luck. But most people, I would say, or that person in particular, I would say did not run it every single week for 10 years. Because even 10 years ago, it would be 2015, and that was way after, that was when Cataclysm was, or way after Cataclysm, Cataclysm was what, 2012, I think, or 2011. So yeah, it's like it was definitely easily soloable by then. And I also learned that I don't even... well, last time I only killed one boss, aside from killing Alar. I don't even think that you have to kill all the bosses, because I definitely skipped one last time. So I'm just going to go straight to fucking this guy. And I really think that I've been making this dungeon take longer than it should by... killing all the bosses when I didn't need to after I got the original achievement. So let's see if I can not kill any of these and just go straight to fucking, what's his name, Kale Sunstrider, or I can never remember this guy's name, dude. Damn blood elf. Kalethus Sunstrider. And here this guy is, and yeah, you can just straight attack him. So for anybody that ever wants to do this mount run, you know, once you you get going in WoW, just fucking go straight to Kale.
Welcome to the future.
Go straight to the Kale.
Pity you are too late to stop it. No one can stop me now. Salama.
Let's see, we'll keep. What was down here? Huh. I don't know.
Prepare yourselves.
It's like this bag is literally bigger. It's a 30 slot bag, but I almost don't even care just because I got Paris Hilton's gigantic bag yesterday, and it's an epic bag, but ultimately, yeah, that's it. Wrong.
Blood for blood.
Why did it not let me trade it? Oh, because I'm in combat. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I am going to change it back to this 30 slot. There's no point to keep this little pussy one. Fuck off. You toast. You toast. For anybody that didn't see it yesterday, James, you might have logged off. I don't know if you were online or not, but I got the Hallow'd title. I don't know if you were online when I did that or not. I told you I'd have some good news. I was able to get the Hallow'd title. I freaking literally had to bribe people. Like, yo, I will give you some gold if you'll just turn me into this fucking wisp or this wand or the ninja or whatever I needed at the time. And luckily, 2 people just hooked me up. I just kept, like, you know, like, just kind of spammed it a few, like, every 30 seconds to a minute. And then 2 people invited me to a party. And then, and turned me into 2. And then I needed 1 more, which was the ninja. And I was literally bribing people, like, dude, please, I'll pay you. And also, you can buy the wand right here. Like, buy it from this person and turn me into this. So, long story short, Hunter Logan to Hallow'd. Slowly changing all of them over to the Hallow'd. Pretty fucking dope. But anyways, here I am, waiting for fucking KO to hurry up, dude. You have to wait forever. And I will say, it's always such a clickbait, dude. It's so dope being able to temporarily have this legendary bow right here. But it's only for use with this raid. And so you do not get to keep it. I didn't know hunters could wield staves. Interesting. What would be the point of that? That's a cool staff, though. If only I could keep it. Oh, there he goes. Finally. Finally, he's yapping. Finally, I can get to murking him. Done, done, done. Toast, 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 toast. Oh, got feared. There you go.
Alas, sometimes one must take matters into one. I have not come this far to be stopped. The future I have planned will not be jeopardized. Now you will taste true.
Dude, I was getting stunned the other day because I was like just whatever I was. I can't remember what I ran this with, but I couldn't. I think it was the warrior, and so I didn't have a pet or anything, dude. And it just kept stunning me, and I couldn't even like get an attack in. I was like, bro, am I gonna even be able to do this? Like, is it just gonna glitch me? Luckily, though, we got that shit. Come on, KO. As soon as he attacks me, there we go. My pet would attack him anyways. Toast! We got your ass. No fucking mount, dude. I really thought I was going to get it. For some reason, I felt like I was going to get it, but then I guess, you know, I feel like I'm going to get it all the time because that's how you get it. By feeling like you're going to get it. Let's go ahead and swap out Paris Hilton's gigantic bag that I paid 1,200 gold for that I'm not even going to keep because it's fucking useless. Literally useless. I'm just going to end up selling that. I paid 1,200 gold for it and I'm going to sell it for 10 gold. Talk about the L of a century. Nah, I'll put it in my bank. I'll just collect it. Can you... It's soulbound, right? Yeah. Damn. Useless. I think they make 40 slot bags too. I think that's the biggest. I don't even know. But... yeah, we'll just collect this bag. We'll just put it in the bank and for good memories. We bought the gigantic bag. And let's put all these back in place. And then I can also sell those sinister squashlings.
Sell price for something ever go up?
When it's soulbound, you're bound to it, so you can't resell it except to a vendor. So I would never be able to get the 1,200 gold that I paid for it. Unfortunately. But that is a part of it. And I literally bought it just for the achievement anyway, so we shall survive. So those two things that I can just collect. And also bring this Hearthstone down. And see if anything else. All this other shit's junk for sure. Alright, so yeah, we'll queue up for this dungeon now, and then we're going to fly back to Shatrath because from killing that for the first time, you get a little quest that you can turn in that drops, so might as well just go kill some time, you know? Kill some time. Something I haven't started 2-gang, because it takes a lot of time, but eventually I will, is there's a lot of fishing achievements. And the fishing achievements are so random, they're pretty much just like fishing certain rare things out of places, like fucking fish up the lurker above, fish up old Iron Jaw, fish up catch each type of these fish in this area, complete this achievement, catch 42 different types of freshwater fish, 31 types of saltwater fish, fish up a silver coin, fish up a copper coin. So they're all crazy ones, and eventually you can get the title the Salty, which is pretty cool. Salty Logan, legendary. This is one where it's like fish up Mr. Pinchy. I don't know where that's at. I know I just scrolled past it somewhere. There it is, Mr. Pinchy. I did get that one one time. Mr. Pinchy's a rare one. Mr. Pinchy, he's a crawdad, and so you fish him up in like an egg or something, and so you have 3 chances to open that egg and get it, and when you click on it, it locks for 24 hours, then you have to wait 24 hours to even unlock it again. And then so ultimately what happens is if you don't get it that, you know, before, you're not guaranteed to get it. And so, you know, you could spend all the time it takes to fish it up, then spend 3 days opening the fucking egg and still not get it and have to go back to square one. Luckily, the one time, it took me forever to fish it up. I think it took me like 1,000 casts. So quite a bit of time. I just camped it out. But whenever, and luckily on my second go, I think what was crazy too, that's another good throwback. I remember specifically when I opened it. It was a raid night. It was my second open, maybe my third open, but we'll just say it was my second open. So it was getting kind of, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I only have one try, or maybe this was the last try. I can't remember exactly. And I remember specifically, we were actually in the Firelands raid, which is where I'm going to go, you know, farm in a few, to complete, or to continue my Dragon Wrath quest, to get that legendary staff. I remember I was in Firelands. We were actually heading to Ragnaros to kill him. Can't remember if we had got him down already or not. And I fucking opened it and got it, dude. And people were like, hell yeah, in the chat. I remember that specifically. I always have these good memories from WoW. That's why I don't know how people can hate on WoW, even if it's not the same as it used to be. It's like, bro, of course it's not the same. Time changes. But I definitely, you know, can't go wrong with the damn WoW. All right, do that. Start the YouTube video again real quick, because I didn't open the jack-o'-lantern. So let's open it. Let's get the fucking mount. And we didn't get the mount. But hey, shout out K-Dog. Shout out Corey with the 100 bits. Let's fucking go. 100 bits is better. That's a W. We didn't get the mount, but we got some bits. Let's fucking go. Zombits. I'm even gonna comment in the chat. Legendary. That's fucking dope. Let's fucking go, dude. Shout out K-Dog with the bits. The zombits. Let's go turn in this freaking quest. And then let's continue the mount farming as always. Because that's what we're here for. At least tonight, that's what we're here for. Just really hoping we get it soon, you know? Or, I mean, not even soon, just that we get it this time. If we don't get it, just like the Brewfest, dude, I have to wait a year. Really try not to wait a year to get them out. But whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can only control what you can do right now. Can't control anything else. And let me rename this video real quick. Legion gameplay. Plus 30 carry. And then delete these other two videos. And thank you for gifting the sub, man. That's fucking legendary as heck. Dude. Fuck yes. And had to send some zombits for Halloween, dude. Oh, and we got a hype train, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Dude. Let's go. Hey, another 100 bits. We're going up. Dude, let's hype the train up, dude. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude. Super dope. Super sick. You guys are some legends. You know that, right? First, I want to let you know that I don't ever expect anything. I'm grateful, but don't ever feel like you have to do anything. And secondly, I will say that I was listening to Zaru, or Zaru, I don't even know how you say his name, and I don't know what was going on, but he said one time last year during like a long stream, that he literally had two people that were like battling it out in his chat to see who could donate the most. And literally two different people donated over $1,500 a piece. I was like, is that not? And even said, he was like, basically it was just a dick swinging contest. Who could fucking donate the most? And they were just trying to one up each other. So every time one would donate, the other person would donate more, and just kept going back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, that's some legendary shit right there. That's crazy. But I only say that because it was a cool story, but I don't expect that. You know, I'm grateful for everything, and just having like two different people, like each. Yeah, like they were some people that just had fucking money to blow because they were rich fucks. Dude, I hope. That's crazy. I mean, that's nuts, dude. Like, I'm just saying, that's nuts. You know, like, and it's also too, it's like my goal one day, it'd be dope to be able to do the same, you know? Like, I would love to fucking show up, and I would do it to random people. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, obviously, you know, big streamers have earned it, and so that's why they have fans, they have followers, regardless, you know, that's a part of it. That's my goal. I wanna have that. But once I get to having money like that, I wouldn't donate, being a big streamer, I wouldn't donate a lot of money to a big streamer. I would rather go to literally someone that had like one view, like Mr. Beast has done, where Mr. Beast has like gone in, or some random peoples have gone in that have money, and they'll literally give like $10,000 to some person that has like 3 viewers. That's the type of shit that I would love to do. Like, oh yeah, let me change your fucking life. let me give you the biggest gift of all, you know. And so I always want to be able to give back, and I definitely have goals to be able to do shit like that one day, where I can just like, you know, go crazy with that. And he said I've gotten in battles like that, 300 plus gifted. You're a legend, bro. Dude, that's fucking dope, man. That is so sick, man. At the end of the day, dude, that's all life's about, really, is just supporting people, you know. And like, I fucking love that. I just want to be able to give back as well, and beyond blessed. And those 2 streams are small time streams. One don't even stream. Damn. See, and that's one thing too. It's like, I'm telling you right now, gang, no matter what, God rest my soul, something bad happens, which isn't ever gonna happen because I'm living to 125 years old, motherfuckers. I got 95 years to go minimum, maybe longer if I'm able to start getting like robot arms and shit one day. But I plan to stream forever, unless fucking Twitch disappears, and then guess what? I'm going to YouTube to stream, and I plan to start streaming on YouTube anyways, and just start double streaming, and all that, and even maybe Kick eventually, just so I can have everything rolling at once and have just multiple income streams, or multiple chances of income streams. But I am not doing this to fucking quit. I'm not putting all this time in to quit. I am doing this because 1, I enjoy it, and 2, I have big dreams to be a big streamer, and I will make that happen, no matter how long it takes. Whether it takes 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, I ain't quitting, you know, and I'm gonna keep on pushing no matter what. Because ultimately, again, my main goal, even with WoW, is to be a top level player, and to be known as a top level player in the game, where people are like, bro, that's Logan Carnes, I can't believe he's on our server. Like, that's the type of shit that I think would be dope with WoW. And man, do I suck at Dragonflight when I get to this place. Holy crap. Alright, there we go. Got up that mountain. And then let's see. I gotta read these. And yeah, dude, and I appreciate that. Beyond grateful. That's what's crazy too, is some people aren't even grateful. Like a lot of the FaZe Clan people. Like, I don't want to have egos like those people, you know? I want to always be appreciative and genuine. That's why I really like Zaru and Pio and some of these other freaking WoW streamers and stuff. You can tell they're just really genuine, and that's why they have the following. I have no idea how people like Stable Ronaldo and Lacey and all these fucking idiots have followers. Like, you know, Marlon is one that I can understand. He's different in my opinion, but all these other ones just seem that they really don't give a fuck about their fans, you know? And ultimately they only care about the money and the fame, and I'm, you know. Dude. Well, at least we don't have to search anymore. There's Vigrosa. Vigrosa is the other spawn of the Time Lost Proto-Drake, which means if she's dead, there's no point to even search for the mount. 4 out of 5 times she spawns. This is the first time I've even seen her at all. Even though she's dead, it doesn't matter because you don't get really anything. Aside from it does go towards an achievement, but not that important. But yeah, Vigrosa is the other spawn. Basically, you could call the mother, I guess, of the Time Lost Proto-Drake. And so 1 out of 5 times the Time Lost spawns. 4 out of 5 times Vigrosa spawns, and it's also on a 2 to 8 hour spawn timer. So, you know, I ain't getting them out today from her, or I ain't getting the Time Lost Proto-Drake today. That's for fucking sure. It ain't happening. 100 for good luck. Thank you, legendary. At least we saw, you know, Vigrosa. That's still kind of, you know, good luck. At least I got to witness her being dead, you know, and so I don't have to keep flying around. Oh. Oh, well, still. Good thing. And James, you're humble, and I can fuck with that, and I appreciate that. And that's always what I want to be, and 100% with me finding God and finding my relationship with Jesus Christ, you know, I am definitely learning more and more to kill this ego, because having an ego does not do anybody good. You know, being greedy doesn't do anything good. You know, like hoarding and viewing God as the money, like that's what I don't want to do either. And I said it on a few videos. I 100% am aware now that that is why I'm not famous yet, because I've had the wrong things as a top priority. And I think, you know, God has made that clear on purpose to where, like, you better fucking get your act together, motherfucker, and then things are gonna change. But until you do, you're gonna keep being how you are and keep wondering why nothing's changing. And so a lot of it 100% is I have had the wrong focus. Instead of caring more about community and just building regardless of how long it takes, I've always been me, views, engagement, followers, like famous. And I'm starting to understand that, yeah, that's the reason why I'm not famous. And ultimately, if God wants me to be, then I will. But I only will be when it's time and when I'm ready. And until I'm ready, we just gonna keep vibing, keep working on the Amazon business, keep growing, keep changing who I am and grinding and becoming the best version that I can be, you know? And so we're just on a journey of enlightenment and becoming the best version of ourselves every single day. And some people think that you get to a certain point and that journey stops. And I got sad news for anybody that thinks that. The journey only stops when you die. You never stop becoming the best version of yourself. You never stop learning about growing and getting better and, you know, achieving just different assets of life, or facets of life rather. And money is just one of those. Peace, or not peace. Health, wealth, love, and happiness are the 4 pillars of life. And there are so many people that have hundreds of $1,000,000, tens of $1,000,000, even billions of dollars, and they're the worst people you would ever want to be around, because they don't even have a second part of those pillars under control. They only have the one thing, money. And money will not bring you happiness, and that's why people that just have money sometimes end up killing themselves. And I don't want to be that person either. I don't want to feel like I have nothing just because all I focused on was money. And okay, let's see. And then now that I'm back out of this dungeon, and let me block, it was a ban evader. It didn't show up in chat, but let me go ahead and ban this freaking fucking scammer. And let's see. And then we all have demons that battle daily. You gotta stay strong and overcome them, and that is 100% the truth. And the hardest thing is, you know, being able to face those, you know. And I was definitely somebody that's been running from them for a long time. It's time to be a man and punch those demons in the face every day. And then you should add some channel point stuff. I have 29K. Okay, so then, and so let me know what that even means. I don't know what that means. I'll definitely do it though. I'll definitely do it though. Just, and that's something like, cause if it has to do with like adding certain bots to the chat, then yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still need to do. And honestly, I've been slacking on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's funny. That's funny. I plan to stream. Okay, that video is, yeah, just, well, maybe I'll keep that video. That might have some good shit in there. I'll keep that video. Let's see. Let's label that maybe post. Your channel has points, and I believe you can make stuff that we can use them on. Okay. See, so like I have a friend that has a channel, and he has like, I don't know if it's the same stuff, but basically he has like a gambling bot where you can like gamble points and stuff. I don't know if that has to do with that too. I definitely want to get a gambling bot in here because it looks fun. I need to add a subscriber, a bit, and follower bot to where like it pops up on screen whenever I get new followers and all that stuff on chat, and so it like shouts out the person that does it kind of, and that's like Nightbot. Okay, so yeah, so I definitely need to look into Nightbot and into getting how to get to set up Twitch channel points for people in chat. Streamers must first enable. Once enabled, viewers can earn points by watching streams, following, participating in community challenges. Streamers can then configure the rewards that viewers can redeem for their points. Boom. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to save this, and we got a video right here on YouTube. So we are going to save this under streaming. Damn it, wrong folder. And also, we are not going to close this tab out so that when I restart my computer, since I'm not going to do it tonight, when I restart my computer, it'll pop up automatically when I restore the pages, and that'll be something that I work on tomorrow, 100%. But, and yeah, no rush, but honestly, I've been slacking on it. Especially as far as like the Nightbot and stuff too. People been or my homie Bean's been on me about it. He's like, bro, can't believe you don't got that set up. So yeah, I need to get that set up. I need to work more on getting the Twitch channel all polished up, you know, now that I understand the main streaming aspect of how to go live and be live. That was what I wanted to get done first, and I think I've figured that part out. So word, and I appreciate you. And also important too with the Discord, I have those just because every video does pop up in there, in the Twitch or the Discord. I'm sure you know this, but you can mute or stop notifications from any specific channel in someone's Discord if they ever get too much, because I do post a lot, and I am aware. And so I am aware. So
What now? Our time.
Maybe for some people, and it may not be for some people. So I have it there just for the option, and for that too. So like someone could still mute it, but they can still go through and, you know, see all the notifications at some point if they're interested. So and there's a couple more. Well, yeah. I need to remember. I need to write this stuff down. I'm always forgetting stuff too with Twitch. That's why I haven't gotten it set up yet. I'm gonna write this down. I'm going to write this down on my fucking to-do list board as well to get the Twitch. Oh, and we come right back to the dungeon. Let's go. Let's get the mount. I like that, dude. I appreciate it. Sometimes I do just sit here and sit in silence. Very rarely, though. Normally, I'm always talking to myself. Almost always am I talking to myself. And some people say, well, a lot of people say that is the hardest part about streaming when you're first starting out, is, you know, trying to keep it entertaining. But I also wonder, it's just the type of person I am. I guess I just like to always be doing something for the most part. Very rarely can I just sit there. And normally if I'm just going to sit there, then I would just have the gameplay playing. And I think I've only streamed once or twice with just gameplay, no mic, no camera. Shit, what the fuck was I saying? God, dude. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Had to do something with that. Oh, some people that I watch, or not that I really watch, but I see, and they have 20, 30, 50 viewers, you know. but they're not as hype as me, and that makes me wonder too. It's like, what makes their stream interesting to where people just want to watch them literally do nothing? Like, they'll have the cam on and everything, you know, they'll have the cam on, blah blah blah. But like, they're not, I mean, they're literally just sitting there, and like, they'll talk and stuff, but it's not the same, you know, I guess. And so I do wonder, you know, what makes their streams interesting and all that shit. And it just goes to show that everybody's different, and that's why everybody's special, you know. There's people that out there that do just want to watch gameplay and don't really care if people talk, and they'll chat, and like, sometimes the streamers don't even really respond to the stream, like they're just in their own game vibing. And then other people, you know, obviously are very active, and so and then there's the top streamers that's one of the reasons too. Like, when you're a top WoW streamer and it's because you're actually good at the fucking game, there's the people, which I will have those eventually too, that when you're a top level raider and you're in the fucking raids and shit, and you're raiding for 3-5 hours at a time, obviously you don't have time to chat, and some people just like watching crazy hard raiders that are like good, you know. And so there's a bunch of different aspects to it. But yeah, normally I can't just do nothing, I would say. And obviously, as you saw, no mount once again. I think that gives us
I have many
maybe 1 or 2 more accounts. I think 2 more accounts, because I did the druid. We'll find out in a sec. But yeah, man, damn. And yeah, so it always makes me wonder. There's actually this guy, he's kind of interactive with it. I can't remember his name, and he does really well on YouTube, and that's why I want to start YouTube, because I feel like when you do live streams on YouTube, they do really well, mainly because it doesn't disappear. It gets pushed continually after you stop going live. It still gets pushed out, and the algorithm for YouTube simply is better. It's just the truth, for discoverability. But there's this one guy, and he is a fat guy, and the only reason I can say that is because he literally says, he puts this on every screen, is it says fat joke, and then equals ban, but the equals is the equal sign with a slash through it, and so he doesn't ban anybody, is like the joke. Is like, there is no ban, and he literally says that. He's like, I don't ban anybody. He's like, people just can't fucking read. And but he's, you know, not super hyped and stuff, but he does talk to the chat, and so that got me interested just enough to, you know, I was like, this guy's kind of funny just by that. And so I ended up following him, and then looked at his YouTube channel. And something that I've noticed too is that when you go live on Twitch, you obviously can't have thumbnails and, you know, shit like that. And because Twitch is Twitch, it only has live. It doesn't have normal YouTube. So because YouTube is YouTube, they have sections for just live people on top of your normal shorts and your normal videos. And so when I was looking at his lives,
Is he the one that kind of looks like queso?
yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I think sometimes he has one that's like, call me queso.
Many deals for a friend.
Maybe. That probably is. It probably is similar. It probably is the same guy. And what I've noticed with the YouTube lives is that because you can do thumbnails, you just make one good thumbnail, and then you can use that same thumbnail. I do this for YouTube videos as well. Now, if I'm doing like a series, I just use the same thumbnail, if it makes sense. But his lives, you know, whatever game he's playing, he just uses a really dope thumbnail for that is specific to that game that he's playing, and he just uses that same thumbnail for that specific game every time he plays that game. And, you know, whether he has 30 viewers or 50 viewers or whatever, after he ends the stream, it could be 1 day old, and the stream itself, because it continues getting views, and or all of the views are tallied up from everybody that comes in and out, rather than just the views that you had during the stream. Dude, a day later and he has 20, 50,000 views on these videos. And I'm like, that is nuts. And so that's why he's making money and makes good money from YouTube now, I would assume. He has, you know, 20, 30,000 subs. And so it's really freaking dope. Let's see, effects of one stream. That's dope. And dude, I remember those drop parties, dude. Like that was legendary times. Do they? I wonder if they still do. Maybe you know or
I
not,
have
but do they still do
many
drop
lucky
parties
creatures if
in
you like.
RuneScape, old school RuneScape? And one thing I do miss too is the Falador party room. That was such a dope thing when it was like relevant and when like there would always be tons and tons of people. And I think I don't know if they still have the server, but when they had the server called that, the Falador party room, super dope. Definitely really dope. Um, Oda Block, I followed him for years. I'm going to write that down because I'm always looking for inspiration too. Actually, let me pull up. Oh yeah, I'll just write it down. Oda Block. That's one thing. That's one reason. They have the Valley. Heck yeah, that's dope. See, I do miss that, and I am gonna start doing old school RuneScape again, or in general, because fuck, I've never had an old school RuneScape account. I've only played old school RuneScape when it was the only RuneScape, when it was OG. And so I would say too, it was definitely a crazy switch coming back to RuneScape when I came back and realized that there was like RuneScape 3 and it was like the new version or the current version and they still had old school RuneScape. Definitely was a lot to get used to. Even though I do like it just because the graphics it's updated and shit, but I do want to get back into the old school style and play that. Same thing like I've said with Classic WoW, you know. Um, I do want to play Classic WoW and prepare for that as well. Um, that is just that dumb dungeon run. Okay, so delete that. And what else was I gonna say? Had something to do with the RuneScape. Oh, with the one reason I haven't streamed RuneScape, right? And that's why I should probably watch some RuneScapers and see how they go about it. The one reason I haven't streamed RuneScape yet is I don't really know what I would do. Like, I don't know how entertaining it would be for me to sit there and just chop wood for 2 hours, you know? And so, like, I feel like I have to start learning how to do the RuneScape quests, and I only know how to do the RuneScape quests by fucking looking up walkthroughs, you know? So, I would also still be, like, over here reading and figuring it out. I don't know how anybody does a RuneScape quest without fucking, help. That's one thing I think they need to fix, even though they never will, because that's what old school RuneScape is. But, dude, RuneScape quests are, like, literally hard as fuck. If you don't do a walkthrough, I have no idea how people do those or who was able to figure them out the first time to create the walkthrough, bro. It's tough. That shit is insane. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if I ever played classic, like the. Or wait. And when you say you played classic, are you still talking about RuneScape or you're talking about classic WoW? Just to make sure we're still talking about RuneScape within that same thing. Okay, yeah. So I remember watching a documentary on that of like the creation of RuneScape, and I think the person that created it is back involved. But at least on the documentary that we watched, he ended up building it. He kind of got burnt out. He ended up selling it, and realized once he sold it to Jagex or whatever, or sold the company Jagex. I can't remember if he created Jagex or not. But regardless, um, he said obviously like they didn't listen to him anymore and he didn't really have any control. And so I think he kind of got burnt out or whatever the case is. But then I saw a post of someone like shouting him out that was kind of viral or something, and it was like celebrating him for creating RuneScape, but not just that. It sounded like he was back a part of the team, and was like back kind of in control of RuneScape somewhat. Could be wrong, I don't know, but regardless, um, definitely very interesting. And then yeah, so I played RuneScape for the first time when I was man, probably 2005. Like I was young. I was definitely around 10 or 11. Um, so yeah, it was definitely a long time ago, and I remember how it was. Like you wanted to mine, or you wanted steel bars. Like there wasn't no grand exchange. You literally had to go mine coal and then go mine iron and then go smelt it and then make your freaking armor. And so like you had to make everything too, which is kind of cool about it. The aspect you can't just buy the gear. You literally have to make the gear. So if you wanted adamant, you had to freaking get either buy it from somebody by literally typing buying adamant full set or whatever, or you literally had to have the mining and the smithing, go mine the shit and then make it. And so I definitely do kind of miss that. And so obviously if old school RuneScape is still that, which I would assume that's what it is, otherwise what would be the point? I'm excited to get back into it. And so I guess that kind of is what I would be doing, because you're actually grinding towards something. You're not just like, oh, I'm just gonna... I feel like RuneScape 3 is more, unless you're doing quests or how they're trying to make it more like WoW and attract WoW players by literally adding raids, which I don't even know how to start being a good RuneScape player to fucking do raids and shit. That still is a whole lot to learn. For as simple as RuneScape is, it is still pretty fucking complicated when trying to figure out how to do some of the stuff. And so, aside from that, I guess that would be kind of the thing, is like you're grinding, like, okay, my goal today is to try to just get to level 10 and get better armor or whatever the fuck. And so even when Classic was a thing, I did become a member back in the day once for a short period of time. And like dragon armor, like I would only gotten to like level 60, maybe 70, and dragon armor was like the best, and having like a dragon longsword that you had to go do the Monkey Madness quest to be able to even get or wield was such a hard quest, to do. And then finally accomplishing that and being able to wield dragon weaponry, it definitely made it more rewarding versus now. I was literally given 40 mil today, just sitting talking to people, and someone just gave me 40 mil coins. And 40 mil coins in regular RuneScape is basically like you're a billionaire, because it is hard to get fucking money in old school RuneScape. It is not easy like it is in regular RuneScape.
So did you just get 10 elsewhere?
Fit 40. 40. 10 and then 30. And yeah, old school merchant, man, it was tough. And even what you just said too, I didn't see that first. Dude, exactly that. The only place that you could fucking fish lobster if you weren't a member, I don't know if Catherby was, you could still fish there. But I wasn't a member at the time. So when I hit 40 fishing, and I think I said this too in the past too, but there was no trees to cut or fires to make, and no bank. So the only thing that you could do was fish the lobster at Karajama on that dock, and then luckily if someone had a fire going, you could burn it or cook it. But then after that, you literally had to spend the time to drop every single piece. There wasn't magic note paper like there is now, and you just had to drop it and say bye to it all and keep fishing. And that was how you grinded to get the swordfish. And then even swordfish you did at Karajama. And dude, that shit was dope. And yeah, and literally, that was how it was done. Craziness. Absolutely craziness. The Grand Exchange 100% changed everything. And so it's not that it's scary, but it is like, man, I'm gonna be so fucking lost when I start playing old school RuneScape. I'm gonna like want there to be the Grand Exchange so bad, and there will not be one to save me at all. I could have signed up for that the Headless Horseman dungeon this whole time, but I didn't. Flying to Black Rock Mountain, just wasted a bunch of time there. Nice. So I'll probably end up doing Molten Core first, since I'm here. So yeah, yeah, seriously. 100%. That's how I feel with a lot of things, you know? It's like, literally, you just know. That's the interesting thing about life. You know, there's an interesting book that's similar to that. It doesn't have anything to do with RuneScape or video games or anything. But if you're into listening to books, I'm definitely a listener. There is this time travel series called the Middle Falls Time Travel Series by Sean Inman. And it gives you an interesting perspective on death. Because basically, the stories are of people like trying to find themselves and like live the life they're meant to be. And basically, when you die, you don't. If you haven't completed your purpose, you basically Oh, sweet, there it goes. You basically restart at a specific point in your life, and you don't get to like really choose that. And no matter what, you end up restarting at that same point over and over and over again. And so basically, you know, there's 21 different books, and they all can intertwine, but they basically are in 3 parts. So like the first 3 and then 4 to 6 go together kinda, or are more connected and blah blah blah, but they all similarly connect. But the point of it is basically these people have the option to go back, and they're like reliving their life trying to figure this shit out, and you know, I guess get to that next stage of life and live properly. And the only reason I bring that up is how you said that is because when these people die and go back, they do retain their entire memories from the past lives, and so they do have all of that knowledge of if they and they literally, like, there's nothing wrong that says they can't change the future, you know, or change and take that information and change exactly how everything panned out to kind of get to the point that they are supposed to be at or whatever.
Breath incoming.
And so, definitely an interesting book series. If you've ever heard of it or ever interested in it, highly recommend it. I think I made it to book 12. Kind of fell off of them, but just for whatever reason, I want to start them all over again and get through all of them. But they are amazing books. But basically, the main premise, though, is... How did I die, dude? I literally died on the Headless Horseman dungeon, dude. What a joke. I was talking too much. I was yapping. I was yapping way too much. And, but ultimately, the point I'm trying to make is it's a dope-ass book series, and it basically... The perspective of it is, if you could restart your life or have a do-over and remember everything from your past life, that would also help you get to that next better spot of your life. You know, what would you change? How would you do it? Blah, blah, blah. And so, definitely recommend it. I wasn't into books either, you know, I'm not going to lie. But what it really is, James, is finding the right book. When you find a book that grasps your attention to where you're literally... And that's the cool thing about books. The books are the best thing for driving. So instead of sitting there, like, you're not just sitting there doing nothing, like when you're going to and from work or whatever, you know, just like listening to a podcast, it's no different. And so what's cool about books is, like, when a movie is a movie, they have literally made the movie. So you're watching the story unfold how they want it to. You could have 20 people listen to the same book, and they're all going to imagine that book differently. So everybody's version of what that person looks like, how that person acts, what you think that person would sound like, you know, aside from the author, like, reading it, but what you think they would actually sound like or whatever is different. And it really sparks your imagination. And so what it really is finding a book that's good enough to grasp your attention, which can be hard. I didn't listen to a book until I was maybe 21 or 22 for the first time ever. And the first book that I ever listened to changed my whole entire perspective on books and, like, life, kind of. Because it was about time traveling, and it was the most trippiest time travel book ever, called Dark Matter. And it was fucking and it is fucking nuts. And it's such a good book that I listen to it once a year. It's by Blake Crouch, and I listen to that book one time a year. I'm actually going to make a book section in the fucking Discord. I need to write that down too. And give my book recommendations. Again, I don't read books, I listen to books. And it's for that reason that I'm able to have my own imagination of it happening. And I get to picture it and create my own story. Even though they are telling you a story, you get to freaking pick it and imagine it how you want it to be. And nobody can tell you what's right or wrong because it's your imagination, you know? And sometimes it can be disappointing if they make a TV series of that book, and that's happened, where you're like, damn, I did not imagine it like this, and the book's way better. Happens all the time. But it also tends to be like, from what I've noticed too, if the series comes out first, or if you watch the series first, sometimes you end up liking the series more because you already have a envision of what it's supposed to be like, and it can kind of ruin the book. Versus if you listen to a book first before you watch, or before a series comes available of that book, you normally end up liking the book more because it's your story still, and you may not like how they portrayed it in the fucking series. But we're going to call it the book club. I am going to create a book club inside the Discord, put all my recommendations in there. Of course, it's up to you. And just going back off of Blake Crouch as well, the dude is so smart and intelligent with the way that he writes books. Every single book that he's ever written, I've purchased, and they've all been incredible. But he has like 3 or 4 that are so mind-bending and like just insane. Like it literally makes your mind like rattle inside your head. You're like, dude, this is like, what is happening? Type shit. And yeah, I don't know if I would ever like, and that's too the thing. Like, what if I would have listened to a shitty book the first time I ever listened to a book? Then maybe I would hate books. But and that's another thing where it's like, God has a plan for everything. I was meant to like books, but I never would have thought that I was meant to like books if I didn't hear that book first, maybe. And I can still remember exactly where I was when we were listening to it, and we didn't finish the book, so I literally had to ask my homie, who actually was like, hey, do you care if I play this book while we go to this place? We were going on a snowboard trip about 4 hours away, and it was like nighttime, and it fit the vibe so perfect. And like, dude, within 20-30 minutes, I'm hooked to this fucking book. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? And I ended up having to ask him, like, yo, what was that book? I had to buy it myself and download it and listen to it and shit. And dude, the ending of that book, everything about that book, I mean, and then I just knew, I'm just gonna, let's see the next book this author has, and the next one, and the next one. And I don't know how lucky that is. Again, I guess I just have a lot of good luck in my life, but the chances of finding your favorite author from the very first book that you ever listened to, ever, when I don't even, like, I've never read a book that wasn't made you read by school, you know? And the very first book I listened to hooks me to where it's fucking just mind-blowing, you know? And let's see, boom, boom, boom. You said Kindle. You said you like to, oh, let me read all these first. And then Brother's Bedtime. She just gives you the death stare. That's freaking funny, bro. Well, dude, legendary as always. You know I'm always super grateful for you to be in here, man. And love you, my man. Hope you have a great night. Sleep tight, sweet dreams. And we will see you on the next one, man. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow. It'll be hopefully sooner, you know, probably around 7-ish I would like. But regardless, always will catch up when we catch up, man. And I am beyond grateful that I don't take it for granted that you spend your time, because time is valuable. It's the one currency that we can never get more of. And I'm grateful that you spend your time, you know, hanging out with me, man. I appreciate it greatly. So you have a blessed night. And remember, God is great. And every day is a blessing, brother. And so we will see you on the next one. And I will tomorrow also respond and check out that freaking the video of the bubble maker. I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna end up buying one, especially if they have it on TikTok Shop, because I'm starting to make TikTok Shop videos. If I can find a bubble maker on TikTok Shop, I will buy it and promote that shit. So, until the next time, my man, much love always. And for anybody watching this YouTube video, you might not even see this YouTube video because it might not even get uploaded. It depends if we get anything rare from this Molten Core run. But we are here in Molten Core running on the Warrior to get... My main goal is to get the Hand of Rag, the legendary two-handed mace. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I may be calling it the wrong damn thing if I'm being honest. The legendary Hammer of Ragnaros, not the Hand of Rag, the Hammer of Ragnaros. So that's the main goal that I'm here for. I'm trying to get that Eye of Sulphurus so I can, you know, literally get that done. But on my Warlock, of all things, I ran this, and I'm gonna end up getting the Thunder Fury because I got one of the bindings. And if we're lucky, on the way to try to get Hand of Ragnaros, or the Hammer of Ragnaros, maybe we'll get another binding on the Warrior, which means I'll have no choice but to get Thunder Fury on the Warrior as well, you know? And then I'll have two characters with Thunder Fury. And we are coming up on the first boss that can potentially drop one of the right bindings. Or the one that drops the right binding. And because I'm going after the Hand of Ragnaros as the main thing, I do have to run the entire dungeon, because Ragnaros is the one that drops the Eye of Sulphurus. Alright, no right binding from him. And I did run Molten Core yesterday on my Warlock. I did not get the left binding. I did get the Essence of the Fire Lord. So from now on, with the Warlock at least, I only have to run through and come and kill Baron Geddon. Everybody else, I do have to, or on this character though, I do have to grind it out and, you know, do it all pretty much every time. But regardless, it brings good memories because this is something I did back in the day. My main character back in the day was a warrior. And I did have the Eye of Sulphurus, or I did get the Eye of Sulphurus and have the Hammer of Ragnaros and Thunder Fury on that character. And we got an armor kit, but we did not get the left binding. So we're still in the hunt, but now it's just a matter of running through and killing all the bosses, so then I can summon Ragnaros, and let's hopefully get the Eye of Sulphurus, baby. I'm ready for it. The cool thing about getting the Eye of Sulphurus is if you're just gonna buy the hammer, the let's see, boom, boom, boom. Oh, another one of those, dope. If you are just gonna buy the Hammer of Ragnaros, or I mean the epic hammer, I don't even know what it's called. I always am forgetting the names. But you have to have the epic version of the hammer, and then the Eye of Sulphurus that drops from Ragnaros, and combine them to make the legendary. If you're gonna grind blacksmithing, 300 classic blacksmithing, it's gonna basically cost you a lot of time and or around 35,000 to 38,000 gold. You can buy the epic version of the hammer because it's not soulbound and has to be created. You can buy that for 40k, and so basically once the hammer drops, or I mean the Eye of Sulphurus drops, I'm just going to bankrupt some of my other characters and send all the gold to this character, buy it, and I will be able to pretty much get the legendary hammer almost immediately, rather than having to continue to grind it out like I have to with Thunder Fury, which is purely based on just getting this next drop. and then it still is a quest chain, versus I am pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there isn't really a quest chain with the Hammer of Ragnaros, but I could also be wrong if I have forgotten about it. And I know I said this was going to be a short stream, so once I do this, you know, it's already a little bit over an hour. I'm probably not going to be running the Firelands tonight, actually. Just going to do a quick dungeon run on the Warlock, since that's the only character I haven't logged in. I do have to make sure especially with only 1 day left, I have to give myself every single chance. I have given myself almost every single chance, but I did skip 1 day because I was having a terrible fucking day, maybe 2, for the dungeon runs. But regardless, as always, everything is meant to happen, and this is just a fucking game anyways, so I will get it when I get it, and if I'm supposed to wait a fucking year, then I'm supposed to wait a year for it. But I hope I'm not. That's what I hope. I hope that I am meant to get it tonight or tomorrow, but that's all I can do is hope.
I go now to summon the Lord whose house this is. Should you seek an audience with him, your powerful
I can't remember if no, there is no Christmas mount actually. Remember, I looked it up and it was only one that you could buy. And I'm pretty sure they do something Thanksgiving-y, but I don't know if there's a Thanksgiving mount either. I never remember. Yeah, I don't know if there is, but that would be dope. But I do know that regardless of there not being a Christmas mount, there is a Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday, you know, achievements to do shit. Actually, we can look up while we're sitting here. Huh? I don't think RuneScape does Thanksgiving. I think that's why they do the double XP in the middle, which I wonder if they're going to continue to do double XP weeks with everything changing starting next year. But you do get, so with Christmas, you get a title called the Merrymaker, and for Thanksgiving, you get the title the Pilgrim, and you get the Plump Turkey Pet. Yeah. How would I have it if I gotta do it Thanksgiving? I didn't play last year. I'm talking about on WoW. I'm talking about WoW. I'm talking about both. The Merry, well, you should know that then. The Merry is the title you get from RuneScape, because that's what I talked about last year. And I already have that. But the Merrymaker is the title you get from WoW. And it would be cool if they added mounts in WoW or RuneScape. But as I've said before too, one, that would require them to make the game incredibly big, because RuneScape is made to just be able to walk. There's you know, that's why there's not mounts. That's why you can only run. So they would have to do a lot, and then also that would alter the game so much that was probably not what they're planning to do. But eventually they will. They do add to RuneScape, you know. So I guess we'll just fucking see. But regardless, I am pumped to play the WoW and Christmas, or the WoW and RuneScape Christmas events. I wasn't playing WoW last year, so I played the Christmas event like non-stop and probably got like 1 billion presents and shit. And also, it was like super easy to level. So again, I don't know how they're gonna alter all these things, taking away keys and all this shit, or making them not purchasable or whatever the fuck. Because yeah, I guess the whole goal of that was for them to completely get rid of treasure keys altogether, is what I think that poll meant. You know, I don't think they're gonna have them at all. The entire treasure chest, mini games, and all of that are gonna be gone. So then I don't know if they'll still do double XP. I don't know what the gifts will be for fucking, you know, when they start doing the world events again. But what I can say is nothing's going to change this year. So enjoy the Christmas season while you can this year. And I will too. Oh, I doubt it. I don't think they would do that. Yeah, they're like, they would probably wait for that. Alright, here we go, Ragnaros. Let's go, motherfucker. Yeah, dude, you can just sit there and attack me and do nothing. One shot. Is there any more dropper? Is that it? Ugh. No fucking Eye of Sulphurus. The Eye of Sulphurus is a 4% drop. So it's not the most rare, but it's also not the most common. You know, it just because what was crazy about the classic days that anybody that played back and then knows or is even familiar with is the raids used to be 40 man. So you had to get 40 fucking people together to be able to do these raids. 40 people. Not 20, not 10, 40. And so it was, imagine, you know, you have 10 warriors in the group that all want that fucking weapon. So now it's a 4% drop, but then you have 10 people that want it. So now what's the percentage? 0.04? Like, which means it's basically like 1 in 4,000%, 1 in 4,000 chance or something like that you get it. Fucking hard. Not easy. So I think I am going to upload this Molten Core run. It's pretty interesting me yapping this whole time. So we'll see you on the next week's Molten Core run, gang, on this warrior to get Thunder Fury and to get the Hand of, or the Eye of Sulphurus to get the Hammer of Ragnaros. Fingers crossed on that. All right, now we got that done. As I said, trying to end this stream, so let me log over to the Warlock, and I'll just do the Firelands tomorrow. That is something I have to do this weekend for sure. Because as long as everything works out, I will be able to complete this current step of Dragon Wrath, Terragos's Rest, and be able to move to the next quest chain, and because that's a newer legendary, not really newer, but it was newer compared to the classic and Burning Crusade, it has a lot of quests that you have to do. It's not just like one. So the sooner that I can get onto those, the better. And in the meantime, we are going to fly around here in autumn and look for the camel mount. This is where I ended up camping out last night. I just decided to log out right here, ended up getting on Legion, and ended up playing Legion Remix for like 3 hours. I was like, oh man. Last night I didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m. Had another late one. Was not the plan, but it ended up being the plan. I was like, I'll just play a little bit. Y'all know how that works out. Let me just play a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I wonder if Ishrak is here. No Ishrak. Or Ishrak, or whatever the fuck. I try my best to run the same dungeons every week to get these mounts and shit, but I, you know, don't have time to get them all done. It's just because there's so much going on in WoW, you know, and even on RuneScape. But it will be amazing to be able to play games for a living one day. And then I will be able to enjoy games more and also be able to play other games and put a little bit more time into them. Because I've only played Fellowship once, and it is a fun game, but I just haven't had the time to play because WoW is the main priority. Since we're here, let's go ahead and do this candy bucket that's here. In this Cataclysm area. How much time is on the queue? 3 minutes, so 30 seconds left. Hopefully it'll actually queue up pretty fast. And then we'll just keep hoping that one of these times I get to see a fucking camel pop up. My biggest fear of these camel add-ons is that it's not gonna work. and that I could just be flying over camel statues and it not even be alerting me, and then I'm just fucking like missing out. But I just pray that NPC scanner is gonna work, and that it's meant to work, and that it's gonna work correctly and actually go off when I come across this fucking camel statue, dude. That's all that I can pray for. Because it should go off, you know. So, hit the record as always. Let's get the mount. Come on. Come on, come on. Let's blast this dude.
Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous.
Blast him. Blast him. Blast him. Blasted. I didn't get top DPS though. This guy whooped me. He whooped me. No one needs a wand transform. Doesn't seem like it. Ugh, another sinister squashling. Like, how gay can they be, dude? How many of these gay sinister squashlings am I gonna get? 9 trillion. I swear. I've gotten about 15 of them.
The record for the most.
No, everybody's got those. I bet everybody's like, these suck. Dude, like, come on. Nobody wants these things. It's like, because you can collect 3 of them, and I've already collected 3. And so, now it's to the point where, yeah, they just sit there and collect in your bag. You can sell them, but they don't even sell because everybody gets them. Like, they literally are not rare. Maybe the price will go up on them. But I doubt it, you know. After Halloween event ends, maybe they get more rare, but I guarantee they don't because so many people get it that they're probably trying to sell it the whole year just to get rid of them. Or trying to up the price to, like, get big money for them and nobody wants to buy them. But back to the camel mount, gang. I'm gonna keep the thing recording and I can just edit it just in case. Just in case, dude. But I'm telling you, to date, never have I seen a camel statue, real or fake, but one of these days, the more that you try, the more chances you get. How would this one be out there? Dude, that would be so dope. God, where is it? Give me a camel. Please, give me a camel. That's all I want. Lucky, lucky. Ooh, that's a cool emoji. I see it. It puts a little, do you see that little triangle next to your name before it? Yeah, so that's how I know. But, thank you. Again. Grateful for the emojis. Emojis. Give me the bits. I want all the bits. Come on, camel. Like, I want to watch a video on someone, like, actually getting it. Like, not just getting it, but, like, if their shit pops off, if, like, they're searching it, you know, and it actually pops off. Like, man, I just want some motivation. See what it looks like or feels like. We'll go check for East Rock one more time. I don't think he'll be there, but you never know. I might just cry when I get the freaking camel. It is looking like a no-go today. I got like 2 more load points that I'm to get to, and then I've done a full lap. Technically a lap and a half, but no camel today. Oh wellski. Oh wellski. Well, gang, that was a great fucking stream. Legendary. We're gonna keep going, gonna keep grinding, and I will see you tomorrow on another legendary stream. God is amazing, and I hope you all have some sweet dreams and have a blessed day tomorrow. And if you're not, make sure you follow, make sure you sub, make sure you join the Discord in the descriptions, and we will see you tomorrow on a happy Saturday. Later.